let's go ahead and break down my Christmas list for 2022. We're in the holiday season. Like I said, I'm not doing anything big, not really celebrating or anything, but gonna be working. But let's go ahead and down this Christmas list here for this episode. These are the things that I want to see in 2022. Let me get these gifts at least. Please, can we make some of this stuff happen? So let's see what order do I want to start in. Yeah, let's start from the bottom up. All right, let's start from the bottom up. Neither one is more big, critical than the next, but they're all pretty much something I want to see. Let's see. Let's start with the bottom. I want to see a real challenge for Valentina Shevchenko. All right. I want to see a real challenge for Valentina Shevchenko now. Like Valentina, she's on a solid, 6 title defense run. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing a fighter that can go in there and reap the rewards of a hard training camp. But dang, man, I just want to see some entertainment sometimes. Like, I love seeing these horror movies she's putting on where she's the killer, and she's going in there and she's slashing up everybody in the camp. I love that. She has 6 victims on her resume right now. But there comes a point I want to see an action movie. I want to see the Terminator with the T-1000. I want to see it go back and forth a little bit. I want to see that type of genre this time. Like, we've been seeing horror movies because she goes in there and slashes them up. Boom. Michael Myers them. She's done. You know what I mean? This time around, I want an action. I want an action genre. I want to see some back and forth explosions. I want to see somebody hanging from the rope, hanging on for dear life this time. I want to see somebody can give her a real challenge. Will it be Taylor Santos? Taylor Santos, more than likely, she's in line. She's in line for it. I think she could definitely be the one to give her some tough rounds, but beating her, man, that's another story. Beating Valentina at this point is another story just because we've seen Valentina do a little bit of everything and look great at it. Look great at it in whatever the circumstance, but hopefully in 2022, we do get the real challenge in Taylor Santos. I want to see somebody that can stay in there for 5 rounds and make it competitive. Not just stay in there for 5 rounds to survive, but somebody that can go through some motions and offset the champion like Nunes did, and have some good rounds like that. But I don't want to see somebody in there just say, oh, I'm going 5 rounds with Valentina, I'm tough. No, I want to see somebody that's arguing, saying, I won that fight. I want to see it go like that. All right, next up, I think everybody agrees with me on this one. I want to see a UFC atomweight division. I want to see a UFC atomweight division ASAP. I'm not talking about the featherweights anymore. I'm done for now. I'm done with the featherweights for right now because they're just playing. They're just playing with that division. So I want to see a UFC atomweight division. Last time I did a show, maybe about a year or two ago, about a year ago now, I did a live stream and, I picked 15, 16 atomweights. It can be done. I picked 15, 16, 20 featherweights as well, but this is a division I think is thriving. It's thriving hard right now because, we have a good, solid, stacked division in the Invicta FC. Atomweight at 1FC is 115 though, right? Yeah, so, but there's still some fighters there I think are small enough that could put together a good atomweight division for the UFC though, right? I think so. I think this is the one to make now because, again, we're getting a lot of fresh faces and a lot of hungry fighters. We got, Zapatella, the champion, and Invicta, Jessica Del Boni, Lindsey Van Zandt. A lot of these fighters that I had put up a while back, I think they could really make a good atomweight division, and that's a division that a lot of people on my channel have been asking for, so yeah, that's something I want to see. Now, I want to see that. You could definitely put a top 15 together quick compared to how they did the featherweight division. Just sign them, do a tough house, whatever you got to do. And, I think it'll get to flowing. People will tune in because then you got some fighters that might need to move down from 115 right now, like Loma Labutni. Then you don't know. You might have a fighter like Carla wanting to, try to squeeze down in that division. I think if they made it, she probably would try it. She definitely probably would try it. And then you have some of them other real small strawweights right now that would be trying to get down there, right? So I think that's something they need to work on in 2022, the atomweight division. All right, next on my list here, I know a lot of people say, oh, you still high on this fighter? yes, I'm still high on this fighter. I want to see more Amanda Lemos KOs. I want to see more Amanda Lemos KOs. But I also want to see her fight up. So the next thing I'll say as part of that is I want to see Amanda Lemos fight with more patience now, because the higher she gets up, she's going to have to start setting those knockouts up, being much more methodical, break her opponents down, and, just set them up off of leg kicks and not just go in there trying to swing for the fences like she did against Angela Hill, which we'll talk about here in a minute too. I want to, talk about that fight before the end. But, yeah, I want to see more Lemos KOs, because I want to see her get to that point where, she can, challenge for the belt. Her KOs are fun to watch. She's a good fighter to watch, score stoppages. So, she's a very good fighter, and, it's fun to watch her, score stoppages. So, yeah, I want to see some more Lemos KOs, but in order to do that, she's got to be on her game. She's got to be patient, right? All right, next up, I think everyone agrees with me here. I need to see an active Bellator flyweight division. We need to see more Bellator cards. We need some more active Bellator flyweights in there. I'm sure these fighters, they want to fight, but it's just like they haven't been putting out enough cards. Juliana Velasquez fought once last year? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think she fought once last year. I need to see Keelholtz more, Kate Jackson again, Alima Lay McFarland, all of these fighters. Some of these young prospects like Laredo and Asterogova, if they were in the UFC, they would have probably fought 2 or 3 times this year, right? Asterogova is still like, 3-0 or 4-0. And I see something in her, still, early on, but, she has the hunger and she has some power, but I want to see more of her. Let me put it that way. I see a little something, but I want to see more of her. And I would be able to gauge that, I think, if she was in the UFC, same with Laredo. But yeah, I just want to see an active flyweight division. I want to see an active flyweight division just like we see in the UFC. I know that can't happen because there's not as many fighters, but, at least give us 2 fights a year from everybody. Like, Bruna Ellen, Vito Arteaga, put something together, sign some more girls. I'm sure you can get some flyweights over here too. So yeah, that was my 4th. And my 5th item on my Christmas list is I want to see in 2022, not the very beginning of 2022, of course, but I want to see Manon Fiorot in a top 5 contender fight. I really want to see her next year do something big. She just signed a 4-fight contract, so if she beats Jessica Ai, she might be fighting the number 7, 8, 9, like a JoJo or Andrea Lee, right? Or a Arujo or Alexa Grasso. So let's say she beats that fighter in her 2nd fight. That will kind of push her up to, let's say, somewhere in the top 10 spot. So I would want to see her against the top 5 contender. I'd want to see her in there with Lauren Murphy, Jennifer Maia, Chikagan, or Andrade or Taylor Santos. However the fight plays out by the end of next year or summer 2022, if Valentina, beats Taylor Santos, I'd still want to see Taylor and Manon at some point next year, because by that time, I think Manon is going to be climbing up, and she's going to be in a good position. So I want to see Manon in the top 5 contender fight again with either Santos, Murphy, Chikagan, Maia, or Andrade, because from there, that'll put her in a position to give the champion a possible challenge also in Valentina Shevchenko. So yeah, that's my Christmas list. Those are the things I want to see in 2022. Challenge for Valentina Shevchenko, UFC atomweight division, more Lemos knockouts, active Bellator division, and Manon in the top 5 contender fight. Also, let me go ahead and add this on my list. I want to see some more Invicta cards. I want more Invicta cards. I want more Invicta cards now. I want one at least every month. I know it's been getting tougher since they cut ties with the UFC, UFC Fight Pass, but I want to see some more. I want to see some more. Got to make them happen. That's why I say WMMA needs these platforms out here, because we do a lot of we put them on the map. We do put a lot of these fighters on the map. You know what I mean? They don't get a lot of these big sponsors. They put us on the map. So, if you hit me up, I'll be promoting this stuff. Hey, shoot a little dough this way, I'll promote it, for sure. But yeah, I want more Invicta cards. And last but not least, almost forgot this one. I want to see Tanisha Tennant signed in the UFC now. I want to see Tanisha Tennant in the UFC summer of 2022. All right, let's build it up. Let's get Tanisha Tennant. Maybe if she defends her belt Invicta one time. I want to see the bantamweight champion in Invicta FC, Tanisha Tennant, signed to the UFC in 2022. Definitely, that's my number one. She is a breath of fresh air, skill-wise, and the bantamweight division needs her right now. You know, with Julia Avila out right now with an injury, with Macy Chiasson kind of teetering weight, Aspen Ladd teetering with weight, Rocky Pennington, good showing this past weekend. Still need to see a little bit more from her to see if she really has it again, but even then she's kind of out the door. Tanisha Tennant, we need her. We need her in the division. So yeah, gift wrap that up for me and put that under my tree for 2022. Hey, yeah, that'll work.